Her Opinion Show, the podcast you didn't know you needed. Real talk, bold truth, her voice, her vision, her rules. Let's get into it.
So she's our producer, but she also hosts her own podcast. We have the lovely Armourie with us.
Hi.
Armourie.
Hey, y'all. I can't believe I'm on this side of the couch now.
I know.
I'm normally behind the camera and just switching and doing all of the things that I can, but y'all look lovely.
And we're like, we're a headache to you, and you're just like,
No,
we're too demanding.
Those
but
girls are
we
coming
got
in.
No, y'all just know what y'all want and y'all are sticking to it.
No, and we love you. You're patient with us. We appreciate that.
You are. And we're like, if she ain't the one behind the
we're not showing up.
Yeah, we're not coming. No, I'm kidding.
No, but literally your face is too pretty not to show it off to our
For
viewers.
sure. We talk about you. We mention you every once in a while. You know, we got to see you. They have to see who you are.
So
Well,
you
we
were here
are.
for a little bit. You were in Thailand.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
You didn't take us with
We're
you. You didn't take
jealous.
us.
I'm going back. Y'all need to come. Please,
Okay.
We thought you
because
weren't
it's much
coming
needed.
back. That's what we
I
thought.
almost did it.
Yeah.
So it was a good trip.
It was phenomenal. I mean, the scenery was amazing. The food was amazing. And just the things that I did, it was just perfect, spot on. And it was honestly the mental break that I needed.
Yeah.
You know, like y'all see how I work in and out all of the time.
Busy.
And I'm constantly just on the go. So just being able to be in another country across the world. Y'all was in Asia. I could never believe that.
For real.
But it was good. It was amazing.
Hey, but the weather was the same. So it's not like you changed, right?
It was good. It did have some pockets where it rained, but it was like the tropical rain where it rained very early on in the morning and then it was beautiful for the rest of the day. It's like the rain helped it become beautiful. So,
Well, love that. Love that you got a break. So you came back refreshed and able to deal with us.
I was ready. I was like, when I get back, I know I'm working
I'm
with
going to
her
set these
opinion.
cameras up.
She's not taking a vacation from us. She's just taking a vacation.
Yeah, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. But, you know, you also do podcasting and you do a lot of stuff that we have to do and go through. And we are, I keep saying this, but we're just girls.
We are. We're just girls.
And we've got those opinions.
Yes.
And we like our stuff the way we like it.
Yeah, and you have your own podcast and you have your own, you know, what you want to talk about and what the direction you want to go through, you know.
But here's the thing. Is it the same like us? Like we come in, guys, you see us out there and everything looks just like everything just came together, but we show up, it's a hot mess. We're like, we like our cameras like this, our lighting like this. We need to extra this.
I hope they don't think we're divas.
But they probably do. But I mean, it is my middle name. How are you?
So funny thing, way back when I was actually called a prima donna one time, and I was like, no, it's just, I'm very particular. So honestly, like you said, people don't see what takes place beforehand. Like before I get things going for my set, like I'm actually building the set, you know, I'm peeling out the panels, making sure the chairs are where they need to be, double checking things, making for sure I'm stacking my books the way that it needs to be stacked, and just making sure that the camera placements are where they need to be. Because once you start shooting, you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really go back, and then we're on the other side of the camera, so we really can't see what's taking place behind the camera. So we just tried our hardest to, you know, make sure things are right in alignment. What do they say? Our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed before we start filming. So it's the same. So, and I love doing it, but I can say after I do film, it feels very invigorating. So I love my podcast.
And it doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes you're thinking this is perfect. Like I know one time we don't show it, and I don't want to say TMI, but we were talking, and then one of the trees over here was like falling over.
Oh my gosh, I literally freaked out because I think I was recording that one,
Yes,
and I
you
was
were
like,
there.
I saw it.
We didn't even
tilting,
see
and
it.
I was like, whoa, wait,
We didn't even see it. She saw it, and she's like, "Wait a minute."
Well, maybe the studio's haunted too.
we're gonna hope not, prayerfully not.
But you know, they say pray over your food, maybe pray over your
Pray over
podcast.
my-
You know what? I can say, I'll look into the camera. Prayer is powerful, regardless
Amen.
of anything. Pray over your podcast, pray over
Yes.
your business, pray over any building that you're walking in, because you never know who walked out after you
Right.
or walked out before you. So you just always got to pray
Or
over
whose
everything.
hand you shook.
Oh, for
Ooh,
sure.
Don't have me fall out
No,
now.
yeah, touch is even worse.
Yes.
But no, and that's what makes, you know, things powerful, because I do believe when you do come together and you speak highly, you know, and talk about prayer or God in any situation, definitely. I mean, we would have already fell apart if it wasn't for that.
Sure.
That's for sure. But, you know, getting into your podcast. So tell us what made you want to start your podcast, because your podcast is about our authors, right?
Yeah, so my podcast is called From the Script. It's a platform where I interview authors, writers, like any scribe, whether you're a songwriter, a TV writer, or you even write poems. I really wanted to provide a platform for writers, because after doing research, we really don't have that. You know, we have a lot of other different platforms that, you know, shine the light on so many different other things. But I realized that when it came down to writers, we really don't have that. And ironically, From the Script was something completely different than what it was now. I originally started From the Script in the heart of pandemic, and it was about, you know, me sharing God's word and just providing scriptures and how he's impacted my life and how others were impacted by him. And so I started off with that, and then I realized that it started spilling over into another show that I wanted to produce. And so I was like, okay, well, let me nip this in the bud now, because I didn't want to have two shows that provided the same sort of content. So I sat with it for about 1.5 years, and I was like, God, what do you want me to do with From the Script? Help me understand. And then I started to dissect the word script and where it originated from. And then I started learning more about what a scribe is. And I was like, maybe that's what it is. So I started back doing From the Script in that angle. And I loved it because I didn't know that there were so many authors that needed the spotlight, as well as I didn't know that there were like artists, like songwriters. There are like so many popular songs that are out there that there's a songwriter behind that. You know, we just see the artist, but we really don't see the brainchild who developed that song. And same for like TV and producers and stuff like that. So,
and there's always a motive and a story behind that book, behind that script, the poem, everything in sometimes the story behind it is more impacting than the script itself.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And now that we see a lot of the books that are becoming audiobooks, I know a lot of people don't really sit down. I used to sit down and read a book. I don't have time to do that anymore. I drive a lot, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And so what do you say about people like that are just saying, hey, nobody is going back to the book anymore?
Yeah, what do you say about that? Because I'm one of those.
So honestly, it's hard because I've been ironically completely opposite. I've been getting back into reading, because like actually reading the books, because
you get more out of it. I do understand because when you're driving, you are distracted.
I'm distracted all of the time. Like I try to listen to an audiobook. Y'all, my face is on the floor. I'm asleep already because my attention, I don't know if it's ADD. I don't know what it is.
Not when you're listening to our podcast though, right?
But that's not an audiobook, you know, and sometimes
she's like, I got no choice.
Because there's no make personality
sure I'm
there.
Editing it.
Like,
and then it's not, like you said, no personality. It's like a voiceover. It's so monotone. It's just,
I always like whenever the author does read it. That's when I like it. When
I think the author should read it, because they don't do it all the time. They're the best person to give that whatever scene.
How to live it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, one of the things too is that when I was talking about, I'm coming out of that because every time I try to read a book, I fall asleep. Is it just because I need sleep?
When are you reading it? Are you reading it at night?
Exactly.
Okay, that's exactly. Your body's already winding down. What time do you go to bed? If you don't mind me, I'm in your business now.
Well, I mean, I try to wind down at about like 11-ish.
11 at night?
But I don't get to bed, girl, till like 1.
Oh, you cannot read no book.
I know.
You can't. Your body is like, baby,
it's when I work. I work at night. I mean, that's the best time that I get creative.
I cannot disagree with that, because between 2 to 6 a.m., I feel like that's my highest peak for creating when it comes to me editing.
Are you up at 2 a.m.?
You know, sometimes.
Well, you know what okay, a lot of people say if you get woken up at that time, it's the prayer hour.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
The devil's out that time, so the warriors are up too, girl.
That's true.
Hello.
So
there you go.
So listen, I'm mad at you because I cannot sleep. It's a thing for me. And then I'll fall asleep and I catch 3-4 hours top. But I am not a morning person. Ooh. So listen.
We're the other way around. She's texting me. I'm gone at 8, 9.
When I don't hear crickets, I'm like, she done passed out.
I did.
That's so funny. That's how, like, so I would say D, when she reaches out to me, like, I'm probably either still asleep or just not opening my eyes. She's like, you ain't checked your messages yet? I'm like, look, I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to open my eyes right now. No. I'm trying to wake up in the morning, though. Especially when it comes to, like, having these busy schedules and being able to, like, you know, work with this client here, produce this podcast there. I am finding out that if I do not get my schedule intact right now, I'm going to be tripping.
Well, so this is what I've learned, and I'll just say I'm a little older than you, just a little.
You look good, baby.
Thank you. So my life of a schedule revolved around my son for a long time. Okay. So that meant your ass had to be up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast, be a mom, do this, do that, go to work, come back. Then you had to go to sports. You had to, you know, make sure they're fed, do all these things. So when he graduated and then left the house, one of the things that I cherished was just sleeping in, like just being able to do what I want to do, you know, because even when he got on the bus or he started driving, it was still get up, make sure he, you know, all these different things. So when I hear like a lot of these motivational speakers be like, if you don't wake up at 4 a.m. and you don't get your start in the morning and did make up your bed, I'm like, please.
Hold on, most of them are men that are saying that.
Well, but or militant.
You notice? Yeah. But you don't see a lot of women saying, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I hear men just saying that.
But my thing is, what works for you works for you. So if you do have appointments and you have things and you have to have, because I do need structure, believe me, I have to know that like this has to be done at this time. So if I'm scheduling you, it's at 10, it's at 11, because I know that I want to sleep in and then do what I need to do, work out, whatever. And then my day goes from there. Yeah. But if you're a person who wakes up early and likes to get started at 8 and be done by, 4 o'clock or whatever, that's your routine and that works for you, because God made us all different.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I can definitely attest to that as well. I realize that if I don't get up in the morning and I don't take time to pray and do my devotionals and even just work out and just kind of like map out what my day looks like, I don't get a chance to do that for myself. And by the time I get back home, I finally eat, it's just, I'm ready for bed. My body is just mentally like winding down. And my body is like, girl, what are you doing? Yeah. Don't even think about going to the gym. And then I find myself not going to the gym. I have to have accountability partners. Yeah.
Okay. I just went back to the gym.
Ooh, come on now.
Yes, Sunday.
Ooh.
And I made it in there. And that was like,
how many days?
First goal. Well, I hadn't been in about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it was a new membership. So like,
so now you gotta go or else you're spending your money,
it does feel good
money.
Because listen, women's bodies don't work like men. And the thing is, at different ages of our life is different struggles, right? Yeah. And so when you're older, all those things your mom told you that you were like, that ain't whatever, will slap you in the face. Like, if I don't work out, my digestion's off. If I don't work out, my energy's off. If I don't work, like frustration, stress, all those things. So the minute you get back in the gym, you realize that like, whew, that felt good. You might be a little sore for a couple of days, but you're like, that felt good because you just shut it out, shut everything off. You wind down, you focus, and you're in that frame of mind. And some people get very creative when they're on a treadmill or, lifting weights or whatever.
That's where I used to listen to my audiobooks. Actually, talking about audiobooks.
That's very
That's
creative.
what I did. I used to listen to like preachings and things like that. I mean, talking about that, just get that motivation in the mornings. So
how are you staying motivated then now with the podcast? Because that is one of the hardest things for us is we haven't like gotten too bad in a rut or felt like we don't want to do this or whatever. But a lot of times, it's just the juggle.
I would say for me, I just have to like continuously ground myself because I am an overthinker. Like I overthink, I overanalyze, and I'll find myself kind of in the limbo phase that I'm in now. Like I have not recorded an episode for my podcast since May. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
May. Yes. Because
doesn't seem like it.
Are you posting just posting stuff or?
Yeah, I feel so bad. I have not posted anything because I've just been going through, we just opened up this new studio. Shout out to the Hive.
You're busy.
And we made the transition because I was recording at the other location. And so just trying to make the transition over here and then trying to get a footing.
Is it because you're that new face I've been seeing on that other podcast?
Shout out to the Four Horsemen, y'all. Yes. And well, you know what? I can say they are polar opposite. You know, like from the script is where I'm in my journalist bag, where it's about my guest, you know, it's about me providing a platform for the writers. And it's about, you know, just me pulling out whatever stories I can from them and helping them share what they've gone through. And on the Poor Horsemen, it's all fun. It's all games.
But they need the woman's perspective too.
You know what?
I do like they put you on there.
Yeah. I love that. I was told not to do it wrong. How we do it? It's this way. Okay. Like that. Okay.
Is that the new thing?
That's a new thing. I don't know. I don't know anything, but
even trying to be creative. I mean, even with us, it's kind of like every guest that comes, we want to be a little bit more creative. We want the conversation to be a little bit more deep, but you know, sometimes they don't want to get too deep. And so there's always this limitation. So how do you deal with that?
So I'll read the room. Like, I'll like pretty much how you did with me, like where, you know, you'll just share with me like a brief context of what we maybe talking about or things of that nature. And I'll ask them like, hey, is there anything on here that you feel you don't want to speak to? It hits home in a different way, or you would like me to remove? And I give them that opportunity. And this is just my news anchor, my journalist background speaking, because I've been in situations where I've asked somebody a question and they've been stumped and they don't answer. And then from that, it just makes them uncomfortable for the rest of the like episode. And I like to make people feel comfortable, make people feel good, make people feel like vulnerable to share their story. So I just ask, and then I'll let them know, be honest with me. And then, we go from there.
Well, you know, you're podcasting now, you're producing over here at the Hive, you're working with Her Opinion, and that's a lot. And you're not being able to fill all
Her Media Network, because there's a lot of other
we got other podcasters in here now for you.
Shout out to y'all.
But thank you. But the thing is this what you always wanted to do? You know, who was young? Can I say
Armourie?
Well, Armourie, but can I say Rock?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, when I was a little girl and we were looking at the 2000s era back then on
when
Sunday.
You were born, because I feel I was having kids during that time.
Because I was born in 93 and we had those big back TVs. And I would always wonder, how in the world would they get stuff on the television? And then I was just like, I don't know. I used to like go behind there and look to see like, how was that even possible? And then I kind of drifted away from that because I was like, I don't know. I always saw myself handling like a microphone, whether that was, I didn't know if I was going to be a singer or if I was going to be hosting, or if I was going to be doing something of that nature. But I kind of just put it on the back burner because I started dancing and I started running track, and I just didn't have the time for it. So I wasn't introduced to photojournalism or being a host until I was in college, because I originally went to college and I majored in criminal justice because I wanted to be a forensic pathologist. I thought watching
CSI?
First 48 was just my thing. And then I was quickly humbled, and I was like, you know what? And my homegirl at the time, she was majoring in mass communications to become a radio personality. And I was like, what? You can go to school for that? And so I switched my major to mass communications, and I fell in love with every single thing. And I was like, wow, like I can go to school and learn how to produce shows. I can go to school and learn how to become a public relations professional or a journalist. And so I just immersed myself in that, and I just fell in love with it. And it's so funny. I sent Deanna this picture the other day because I used to go by this name, Lola, Lady Lola, back when I was doing like radio and stuff. And I wrote out, what does Lola do? And it was media personality, social media manager, event day manager. It was all of these things. And I was like, girl, not me complaining about everything that I wrote out like 7 years ago. But yeah, I saw myself doing this, but I didn't really think that it was going to come to fruition until like I'm sitting in it now. And so I just got to own it and get out of my head and say, you know what? Shoot for the stars, baby. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and if it makes sense and it feels right, and if those are all the things that are connecting, it's gonna work out, you know, for sure. I think the only thing like I said to you a couple of times was just make sure that you're doing what you want to do.
That's good.
Because if you're not, it doesn't feel right. And when it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in things because we got to pay the bills.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's how I felt at my last job. And I was so uncomfortable. Even though I wish I would have planned more before I like left them. I wish I would have planned and saved more money because I feel like I would be in a different position. But I am learning now, and I'm being completely transparent with y'all. I'm learning that no is a sentence.
Yeah.
And I'm still struggling with that because I will find myself spreading myself so thin. And I'm like, when I leave from whether it be my client or whether it be from a project that I'm working on, I get home and I'm just like crying because I didn't have enough time to pour into myself and pour into what it is that I want to do. And I don't want to like you gave me that advice. I don't want to get to a certain age and I look back and figure out like, what did I do for me?
Well, we can tell you at our age, we wish we would have said no.
Don't let it get to our age.
we wish we would have said no to a lot more things because I feel like we would have been further along than we are now.
But obviously everything works out the way it's supposed to.
But even those difficult decisions, those difficult decisions sometimes you have to make. And when you're younger, sometimes, like you said, it is hard to say no, but you just have to.
Yeah. And I just want to commend y'all on what y'all are doing. The fact that y'all are bringing women together under this amazing network. You have this amazing platform, Her Opinion. I'm just like, you are inspiration to a lot of other women and men too, to see the women on their grind.
Because we got a man coming on.
We got a guy coming on.
The macho,
the him to the her.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like that. The him to the her.
We love that.
Yes.
We've been trying to get some hymns, but he's the first one.
But
maybe he'll attract the rest of them.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, one of the things is why we do what we do and what we're doing is because there's a lot of people that are coming into podcasting. Sometimes you don't even know why or what you're doing, but I mean, it just makes that's true. That's true. There's a lot of copycats out there, but hey,
there's a lot. And the thing is that a lot of these podcasters or a lot of the people that do want to start a podcast, like even yours, you have a message. You have something that somebody needs out there. And whether you get the return or not, just, reaching out to that one person, I feel like that's fulfilling enough.
Yes, I agree.
And I think podcasting is the way of the future. So whether it's business or fun or entertainment, whatever it is, I think we're going to see a lot of this. And with that just tells you that you're going to see a lot more people trying to do this. And just fair warning out there, it's a job.
It's a job. Full-time job.
Yes, it really, I don't think people see
like how many hours a week.
Yeah.
Like tell us, how many hours a week do you, just reality check.
Oh my gosh, it's over more than 40.
Yeah.
More than 40 just because we have this part, but you don't understand the post-production.
Yeah.
Putting the videos together, putting the commercial pieces together,
setting the cameras up.
I know. The cameras up, lighting. Social media, everything.
It's a lot, but that's draining.
Yes.
The thing is, people don't understand that when you do get into this, even though it's fun and some, parts of it and fulfilling, it's draining. Yeah. Like a lot of it's draining. There's a lot of work behind it from both sides, the podcasters to the editors, to the, production, whatever it is. It's a lot, but at the same time, it's supposed to help you in a way, right? Yeah. It should, one, it's either a job, or two, it's to get you business, or three, it's to entertain and make money on social media, whatever it is, or somebody just likes talking. Like you genuinely just like talking, whatever it is, that it fulfills you in some way, I think. And if it does, then the rest, you just
use your gift and run with it.
Yeah.
Like don't let anybody or negativity bring you down.
Yeah, I agree. And to that point, like what popped in my head was just reminding ourselves that because it's so draining for us to sometimes just quiet the chaos and pour into ourselves. So that way we can always show up and be there for our guests and help pull out their stories. So yeah.
And work out.
Ooh, come on. We're going to have to do a gym.
Go back to that.
Hey, let the stress out in the gym.
Yep.
But on that note, I just want to say that like, I hope you do get back into your podcast, and I hope you do because, we didn't know about it, but when we did,
But if you write a book,
we
I guess
will need to come on.
Yes, and I have episodes lined up and ready to roll out.
Yeah.
I've just been trying to complete my season 3, and I'm just ready to re-announce it to the world. Even though I always say re-announce it, but every time I feel like I'm taking a month break, I'm like I'm starting all over again.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited.
But one thing that you said really quick, you mentioned that you were reading scriptures and doing stuff like that before you kind of were with the author side. And I think that's great. I think you should do like clips of that. Like do quick like scripture clips because I mean, if you're not fully podcasting, you're reaching people. And I think it's always good to see.
I always repost a lot of scripts.
I always stop in
there and things like that. That's inspirational in itself.
Thank you.
Well, and I think when I'm scrolling too much in the chaos, God throws me to a scripture
from the script. From the script. Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what? How did this get there?
I know.
Okay,
God's trying to tell you
something
something
with that.
No, I think you really should. And I think if that's how you started, it doesn't have to, why can't you? Because like we're always having to do fillers. We're always having to do the in-betweens. Okay. And sometimes those are easier because it's the quickness of you just getting in front of the camera and reading a scripture versus the whole setup, you know? So,
okay, come on. Come on, producer.
We love that. No, we love that.
Thank
you.
No,
we love to get inspired and we love to inspire if we can. If we can.
Y'all do.
But what's coming up?
Ooh, so much is coming up. So season 3 for From the Script is coming up. Getting ready to launch that. I have some heavy hitters during that season. And then, of course, we're still moving forward with the Poor Horseman podcast. So make sure y'all check that out. And then I'm just looking forward to just continuously to tap into my potential and tap into my purpose and just really just dive more into public relations. That's like my hidden gem that I also have under my sleeve as well, too. So that's what's next. And just relaxing.
Well, so how can they find you?
Oh, y'all can follow me on Instagram at armourie.official. That's ARMOURIE.official. And you can also follow From the Script, and that's From the Script on Instagram. And if you're looking to follow the Poor Horseman, that's the Poor Horseman podcast on Instagram as well. And if you want to reach out to me, please reach out to me at Armourie, that's ARMOURIE, media, MEDIA at gmail.com.
And 1-800, no.
1-800, call me right now so we can make this work.
And what about, you told us you had a jewelry line or some sort of, right?
So I don't personally have the jewelry line, but my best friend has a jewelry line. Her company is called Be Luxury Jewelry Company. I actually have her product on right now.
Oh,
this is the Roman set. And I lied. It's not the Roman set. It's the Carter set. And I just love her jewelry. It's always classy. It's timeless. And she just launched her engagement ring line. So I'm going to have her come in. If y'all would love for her to be here, I'll make sure she comes in and y'all can do an interview with her. Yeah, we got that. Let's get it.
Well, we are already inspired. Yeah. And you know what? We are excited to see your future, what's coming, and, for you to continue being and continue being part of our production.
Yes, I wish y'all the best and continue just shining a light on the multitude of women that y'all are doing it with, especially with the nonprofit that y'all have. Like that just holds near and dear to my heart.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we'll be collabing with you. Yes. And in case you wonder, she is the girl behind the set, behind the production. And if you don't like something, go ahead and
tell her. She already gave you all her details to contact her.
Go to her.
No, but we love you. And thanks for being on the show today. And
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Have you on again.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye, guys.